All right, are you ready?
Yeah? This episode is brought to you by Carlisle Tattoo Co. Bold, bright and everlasting. You can find us at 178 Carlisle Street, St Kilda, Melbourne, Australia.
Hello, good morning, and welcome back to another episode of Carlisle Studios. I am Bella Hunter, and I have with me...
Hal Hunter, good morning.
Good morning.
Bit tired this morning, Bella.
You are.
Yeah.
Yep.
Not sure why. I actually slept really good last night, but yeah.
That's because I drugged you with cold and flu and good night
Well,
tablets.
I have been sick.
Yep.
It's in my weekly update.
You got that sexy, hazy voice.
It's number 3 in my weekly update. Sick. Yep.
Nice.
How's your week been, Bella?
My week's been good.
Fill us in.
Well, my week. Got to go to my notes.
Come on.
We had a baby scan
We did.
the other day.
Mm-hmm.
That it's like an ultrasound, but it's like really detailed
Yep.
for like the 20 weeks.
The ultra detailed.
Is it 20 weeks? Yeah.
Yeah, 20 weeks, 3 days or something.
Yeah. And makes you feel a little bit dumb.
No, I feel like you knew what was going on. At the start,
I knew more than you.
I definitely did. Because
Yeah,
it's
you knew
like
a general shape of a baby.
pretty like standard shit at the start. But then for the next 40 minutes, I was seriously just had no idea what was going on.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. They like look at all the bloody arteries and like chambers of the heart and all that crap.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's wild.
It was interesting.
Yeah. I thought that you were really bored during it.
No, I wasn't bored. I was just struggling to find out what I was looking at.
Yeah.
So
You also didn't say one single word to the woman doing it.
What's
so it was a
there
bit
to say?
awkward.
what's there to say?
Oh, she was like trying to be chatty and
Not
you
to
were just
me.
sitting
She
there
was
in
talking
silence.
to you.
No, she was talking to the room.
What are you meant to say?
I don't know, just general conversation.
Well, anyway.
All right, so we did that. One thing that I'm just gonna bring up again is our dogs have been a bit cheeky.
I don't think they have.
No, they've actually been really good, but there's one thing that they keep doing that's a bit cheeky.
What?
The bread loaf.
I'm going to blame you for that.
Why?
Well, you can't leave stuff on the table and then get annoyed
I
when
leave
the
our
dogs...
loaf of bread in front of the toaster on the kitchen bench.
Is it in a plastic bag?
It was in a paper bag,
That doesn't count.
paper or plastic, whatever it comes in. Depends where I buy the bread from. But they keep picking up the bread loaf off the kitchen bench and taking it into the little living room and just nibbling on it.
Well, so the reason I blame you is I never give them food in the kitchen.
I
ever.
always do.
You give them food every single day in the kitchen.
Yeah,
So they
last
go
night I
in
was
there-
feeding them spaghetti.
Exactly. They go in there knowing there's going to be food, and then you can't get upset when they think, oh, I eat in here all the time.
No, I'm actually
I might
not
have some of this
upset.
food.
I think it's really cute.
Nah, but you don't want them doing that.
It's cute.
We've been watching Muster Dogs, Bella,
We have been, and it's
and
great. My new favourite
they're
show.
not feeding dogs in the kitchen on that show.
Well, they might be, but they're just not putting it in the show.
It is a good show. It's on Netflix, Muster Dogs. It's about Australian
herding
Kelpies
dogs.
who herd or
Sheep and
they
cattle and whatever.
do mustering with farmers for cattle.
They're
And
so fucking cute.
It's actually very good.
You're like
A
smiling.
lot of good tips on how to train your dogs.
Yeah, we've now realised that Tinny, our Kelpie cross, likes to be held on her back
Yeah.
like a baby, like you're cuddling her. Mm-hmm. It's very cute. So if you have a Kelpie, try that out.
Anything else this week?
Yes, last episode we spoke about Mitch. I think that's his name.
Yep, from WA.
Yeah.
Was actually from Newcastle originally,
Oh, okay.
but lives in WA
Yes,
now.
that's correct. He did say that. I would just like to say that I did quite a lot on him in the one day.
And I tattooed him the 2 days previous to that.
Yeah, and I still did more than you in the one day.
Yeah. I'm starting to think, because I sent you my notes, did you just copy my weekly recap?
No?
Yeah, okay.
I've got something else on here as well.
Okay.
But it's not from our last week. It's from maybe 2 weeks ago that has been bothering me.
What?
Aggressive people.
What?
So do you remember the other morning? It was our day off. I think it was No, it would have been a Monday because you didn't surf. And we drove to the front beach and we took the dogs. And there was that woman in the car in front of us. We were at the traffic lights and you're waiting for like the green arrow to turn. Anyway. And the green arrow lasts for like 4 seconds in that spot. And I know that because I've been caught there so many times.
Yeah.
Hal did just like a generic like beep. But she obviously took
Courtesy
it.
beep, just in case they didn't see it.
Yeah, because she was a little bit delayed on moving. Mm-hmm. And it was not aggressive whatsoever. Anyway, she obviously took it very aggressively. And then she happened to turn into the same car park that we turned into.
That was unfortunate.
Yeah, like 20 seconds after we've just turned. So she could have thought that we were like following her or something. So that might have been uncomfortable.
She didn't. I think she knew we had a dog because we got out with the dogs. So.
Yeah. Anyway, so we all got out of the car. She had a dog with her and we had our 2 dogs with us. And instantly she just starts screaming at us like...
I don't know if I'd say screaming.
That was screaming Hal.
She was
100%.
just like yelling. It was one of those things. It was like just a
nothing situation.
A nothing. She obviously took it the wrong way. I was very polite about it.
You were. It shocked me. I really had to bite my tongue.
Nah, I just said have a nice day.
Because she was screaming out like, what's fucking wrong with you? I was getting there. Blah, blah,
yeah.
Going off.
Then she was like, have you got a problem? And I was like, no problem. Just thought you missed it. All good. Anyway, but you know what, Bella?
No. That's not done yet. Because she kept walking onto the beach while we were still at the car, like 30 metres away at least, and she was still screaming at us.
She was. She took it badly.
And like she had her hands up in the air,
but you can't control
around.
People like that, Bella. I've trying to tell myself that.
Yeah, you can't control it, but I don't get it. Why are they waking up with so much anger and hate in their morning? It was literally 7:30.
You never know. Could just be the icing on the cake for her on a bad day.
I reckon she's just a big old bitch.
She could have been.
Yeah.
But you know what would have been worse?
She also had a fluoro green.
If you escalated it.
Oh, I would have loved to.
That would have been worse.
The only reason I didn't is because you were there. If it was just me, I would have 100% screamed back.
Yeah, but you're very quick on the car aggression.
I am.
Whereas I'm not. The last 2 days, you've told me to beep someone twice.
What?
Yep, when we're driving, because they've been driving really slow.
Oh, sorry.
Like really slow.
I think that's fair because near us, there's a lot of like 80 zones where there's no one else around and the cars in front of us are going 40.
Yeah, they were going incredibly slow.
I looked at your speedo. It was 40.
I thought this. The reason I didn't beep any of them is to what end?
Well, one of the blokes was like crossing both lanes. He looked like he was bloody drunk.
He wasn't that
He was
bad.
playing on his phone because I could see
but it's
what
like
he was doing.
He was just going slow, but then it's like they turned off just quick after anyway. So then it was like if I'd beeped them, it's like for what point? Because they turn off anyway.
That they know they're being a reckless driver.
Nah.
And we've acknowledged that, and you're a disgrace.
One of them could have been old or something.
They were both old.
I'm just steering clear of the confrontation. No need. You know? You get them on a bad day, they get out of the car and fucking hit you with a machete or something.
I need to keep a baseball bat in the car
It
or something.
happens. No, because you'll be the person who gets out and uses it.
Funny. I've actually had quite a few customers, like regular customers that you get to the point where you're very friendly, be like, oh, I can't picture you being aggressive, Bella. And I'm like, oh, you have painted me in a different light.
You're not aggressive. You're just like short-tempered.
Fused.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, but they're like, oh, I just can't picture it. I'm like, fuck, I've been fooling you all.
I think you have this image in your head that you're like super aggressive, but you're not.
That's because you always say that I'm being super aggressive.
No.
You do.
You drive aggressively, which I don't like.
Yeah, that's why you don't let me drive anymore.
Yeah. Bella's a real like accelerator brake driver.
Yeah, well, I have a big 4-wheel drive. I want to feel the road, baby.
No, it's not smooth. I remember
I don't want it to be smooth. I want to feel alive.
I watched this video with Daniel Ricciardo once.
Oh, yeah.
And it was like a Q&A thing with Vogue, I think. And one of the questions was, like, when you've got passengers in the car, do you drive fast? And he said, it's actually really uncomfortable to drive quickly to have someone driving quickly if you're the passenger. Because you don't realize this. When you're the driver and you're driving quick and you're going accelerating fast, putting the brake on fast, you know what's going to happen because you're the one who's going to do it. So you can brace yourself, all this sort of stuff.
You also have like a big steering wheel that you're like centering your gravity on. And
if you're the passenger, you don't know what's happening. So it's quite uncomfortable. And I've always remembered that.
I know. And since you watched that, because I was there sitting with you when you watched it, you made a point of being like, see, Bella. And since then, you've started driving like a grandpa and it's painful. Who's
coming into the shop?
Charlie is opening the front door.
Early morning.
How long will it take him to get the key in?
The boys got a bit of a talking to the other day. Passive aggressive from me.
Oh, I like it.
Yep. I came in and I was like, fuck. Yesterday I was getting dust like all over my pants from the because with the armrests that we tattoo on, so the things you put under the arm, they've got like a raised bit you can put your feet on and stuff. But I always put my shins on it or something like that.
Yeah, same.
And because your feet have been on it, it's obviously gets like shit from the floor on it.
Well, you're always shaving people, so there's always little bits of hair throughout the day on the floor.
Yeah, but it's more I think just people tracking, dust or whatever.
Yeah,
from the street.
general shit.
And good morning, Charles.
Morning.
And I had this dust all over my pants. I was like, what the fuck? Where's this from? I was like, the boys mop the floor. They sweep the floor every day.
Hal's stitching you up on the pod.
And then the next morning, I was like, nah, fuck it. We just got in here real early for some reason. Jack was doing the cleaning, and I was like, I just started helping him do it. And he was doing the bins. I did the sweeping. And I was like, fuck, there's a lot of fucking shit all over this floor, dust. I was like, these boys obviously haven't been sweeping properly. And anyway, I spent like 10 minutes sweeping up. And Charles is not going to be happy.
I'm not saying anything.
And then there was this massive pile of dust. So I sent the photo to the apprentices group chat and I was like, have the brooms been broken or something? Because it was abnormally large. It wasn't just one day's worth of dust. Anyway, I came in the next day. They were doing the mopping again. Much better.
Hey, my mouth is zipped shut. I'm Switzerland. I think you do a great job, Charles. And Hal can be the hater for today.
Yeah, but we can always do better. I'm not hating. I'm just saying it's like you can do a great job, but you can do an even greater job.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, good one. Hurry up and do your weekly recap.
Well, you've pretty much done a lot of it for me.
Oh, have I?
I had a really bad surf on the weekend. Partly because...
You came home quite grumpy from that.
Yeah, because I was more frustrated at my sickness.
Yes.
Because
I've noticed. It's been very annoying to live with you.
Worked the whole week. No issues. Get to Saturday afternoon, my last tattoo of the day, throat starts to get sore. Then Sunday, when I'm going surfing, feel shit as. And it's not so much of an issue like when you're in the water, but then it's like, it's harder to hold your breath. You don't have the energy. All I could think of was my fucking throat was sore when I was out there.
Oh, poor Hal.
Conditions weren't fantastic, so that was just disappointing,
I feel so sorry for you, sweetheart.
So sorry to everyone waiting for the weekly surf update. It was pretty lackluster this week.
How many waves did you catch? One?
Caught one. No, I caught maybe 5, but the conditions were very difficult. 5-foot beach break, a lot of water moving around, just me and 2 friends out, and caught a few.
You actually had one of your customers come over for a slumber party the night before so he could surf with her.
Yeah.
Surf with you, not me.
Yeah, pretty non-eventful, to be honest.
Yep.
And yeah, caught one, just caught it all the way in. Almost got smashed on the rocks. Then stood on the beach for 20 minutes while Ariel tried to get in around the rocks. So, yeah, pretty disappointing. But you know what? A day in the water is a good day, regardless.
I'm going to remind you that next time you come home grumpy from a crap surf.
No, I wasn't grumpy.
You do. You come home very just like... and then it takes you at least an hour of watching other people on YouTube surfing in like nice conditions to cheer you up.
I've got high standards of what I want to achieve,
I'm
Bella.
well aware.
And that's just another week. What a waste.
Yep. Although you have had a lot of people message you saying, loving the surf chats.
I have actually.
Yeah.
Yeah. I really appreciate it.
So, guys, we get it. You love them. I read the messages.
One day they'll see a video of me surfing and be like, this can't even surf.
I would love that. I would actually love that.
No, I can surf, but
How well, Hal? Rate yourself out of 10. 10 being you're on the World Surfing League.
Oh, well, what's the scale?
I don't know.
I'm nowhere near that.
1 is you can only just stand up. 10 is you're a world champ.
Oh, a world champ.
You a
See,
4?
the best of the best. 4 or 5 then.
Okay.
Can stand up.
Morning,
Would
Jack.
happily paddle out in pretty much any conditions. Could do a few turns. Trying to learn airs at the moment.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to.
Is that why
trying to
you
practice
keep
on it.
falling off your skateboard?
No, but that's why I've been getting on the skateboard, practicing my ollies and stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
Enough of this. Anyway,
Yeah.
moving on.
We've got an animal fight update, Bella.
Yes.
So I've been getting.
I really enjoy this.
We've been getting a lot of messages about what animal you could beat in a hand-to-hand fight. Anyway, so Bella and I both had this customer. His name's Dan.
No, sorry. Also, the bloke who sent through like the reel of pandas.
Oh,
like
yes.
falling from trees and
Someone
being
sent
idiots.
us a reel of these pandas and was like, I reckon we could definitely beat a panda.
Yeah, that was funny.
I still don't reckon. Anyway, so we've got this customer, Dan. He's a zoologist. And he's actually written in, he's just started listening to the podcast, and he goes, FYI, a giraffe can kill a male lion instantly with a single kick, and their bones and skin are tough as fuck, speaking from experience doing post-mortems. A human versus giraffe has less chance than a chocolate teapot in hell. So that says to me, I'm going to go with Dan on this and say I don't think you could beat a giraffe. But I just wanted to give the update from the expert himself.
Yeah. We'll still take your side if you think it's doable.
He also said the business growth chats motivate him a lot in his own career, which is good.
Great.
We haven't done any much of that lately.
No. Maybe when you get back from your little trip and you're a bit revamped and happier and not so sick, sad, Hal, we'll do one.
Well, that was the last thing of my update. I'm going to Tasmania this weekend, first time. Actually going to King Island. I think we've spoken about this every week.
You mentioned it very briefly, but you said, no, I'll do the info about it closer to the trip.
Well, this is it then.
Okay.
Going King Island surf safaris. So well priced, honestly. I haven't actually even been on the trip, so hopefully it's good because I'm going to plug it here.
Hopefully it's good for what you've paid for.
So
how much did you pay for it? Because now people are going to want to know.
I think it was $900 Australian.
Okay, for what?
That includes charter flight from Barwon Heads Airport to King Island, which is 40 minutes, and a charter flight back for 7 people, so it was $900 each. Then 3 nights, 4 days accommodation, 2 4-wheel drives hired.
Oh, I didn't know the cars were included.
And then...
You should see Jack's face right now, just like lit up like a Christmas tree.
Really? Why?
Because he's thinking Hilux.
Oh, yeah. I'll send you a photo of it, Jack, when we get there. I reckon they'll be Land Cruisers.
That's even better.
I reckon. So the 2 cars, the 3 nights, 4 days accommodation, and the flights, plus like you don't have a personal tour guide, but they give you like a PDF of all like every single wave on the island and blah, 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 blah. So relatively speaking... pretty cheap, I would say.
That's so reasonable.
Considering we were looking at going like to Indonesia or whatever, and it's like
this trip
way more expensive.
Actually originated because you wanted to redo the Mexico surf trip that you did about 10 years ago.
Yeah, we spoke about this in another episode, but we wanted to go a surf trip. Anyway.
And that ended up being just over 10 grand to get to the wave you wanted in Mexico.
But because my good mate Ariel has been sick, he can't come on this trip. So we're probably going to do like a Lennox Head, Byron Bay trip later in the year to visit our mate Jace.
Which is also another trip I'm not invited on.
I haven't said that.
Yes, you have.
No, but next year, you and me, Bella, I want to go to Noosa, which we'll go to, definitely. Go to Lennox.
You've never been to Noosa.
No, I know that. Go to Lennox. All just warm water places during winter because it's fucking cold down here.
Is that because you're starting surf school for our child?
Well, probably. They're not going to be wanting getting in the water down here in winter. Definitely.
Well, they're not going to be able to even hold their head up in the first few months. So
I always think this, Bella. So you go, you don't like warm weather. But what if your son wants to be a professional surfer and they want to surf every day of the year and you're like, you know what? Your whole sort of goal as a parent is to just help your kids be happy and achieve what they want to achieve. And you go... well, the best option then is to move up to the fucking Gold Coast.
Okay, but then I would also say...
what are you saying?
I would say...
are you going, I don't like warm weather?
No, I would say...
except I've been to Bali 25 times.
Is my earning potential the same as what it would be if I moved up there? And my answer to that is probably not.
But the living cost is less.
Irrelevant.
Not really.
If this child wants to be a professional surfer, I'm going to have to pay to fly it all over the world.
No.
Yeah, to go and surf all the waves.
No, that's not true at all.
That's what it's going to want because it's going to be your child and it's going to be asking for everything.
That's like saying, if my kid wants to be a professional AFL player, I'm going to have to pay for him to fly all over Australia. It's like, no. If they become professional, it's their job. They get paid to do it. No,
but what I'm saying is you and our child are going to say, but Bella, we need to go experience the waves at North Shore.
No, you don't need to do that.
Okay, Bella. I'll be telling you that next time you want to go on a fucking surf trip.
Where's your mental state for that?
Well, I guess you're going to force me to, so I don't have a choice.
You.
Yes,
I'm just saying.
Will.
So you're saying you deny them the opportunity to get
I'm not saying I would deny.
To get the most out of their surfing career.
I would not
because
deny.
Because you don't like warm weather.
Stop speaking over me, asshole.
Right.
I would not deny them this opportunity. if that's really what they want to do, they can go fucking do it. And I'll just be miserable and sweaty. Yep. There you go. You both get what you want and Bellsy's miserable.
I reckon you'd secretly love it, to be honest.
Well, if I'm allowed to get multiple dogs, and we live in a place where the dogs can come onto the beach and I can sit there with the dogs while you two dickheads surf, fine.
I think if you live anywhere other in Australia other than the eastern beaches of Sydney and the Mornington
Byron
Peninsula,
Bay, main beach.
you can take your dogs onto any beach. We just happen to live in one of the few areas you can't.
Yeah. Screw you, Mornington Peninsula. Let my dogs on the beach.
Damn, we might have to get the mayor of the fucking council on here. Anyway, I've got a few questions here, Bella.
No, I had my questions for you, my surprise questions.
Then whip them out.
Oh
Fuck.
my God, Hal.
You're too rattled about the potentially having to move to warmer
I'm
climate.
just so sick of you bringing up us moving to a warmer climate. It's so annoying.
I haven't brought it up in a long time.
No, that's a lie. You brought it up the other day when your customer was from Noosa.
I didn't say I would not want to live in Noosa. It's too
Well, you've
hot.
never been, so you wouldn't know.
Too hot.
Can't hate it if you've never been it and experienced it.
I wouldn't. Queensland's too warm, so it'd have to be in northern New South Wales.
See, now you're just being picky.
No.
What if your son wants to live there? Yep, you're going to deprive your child of this beautiful life?
Come on.
Okay. So, because everyone liked the 21 questions speed round thing, I have some more questions for Hal.
Okay.
It's a shorter session though.
My mind's a bit foggy though because I'm sick.
Yeah. Hopefully we get some creative answers then.
Think as clearly as I usually do.
Hopefully we just get you just not thinking and just say dumb things then. All right. If these are bad questions, I'm so sorry.
Yeah, fair enough.
What's a bad habit you want to break?
Already broken it.
Oh, I knew you were going to say that, but that's why I said a bad habit because you've already broken this one. What's a new one?
I just recently stopped chewing my fingernails.
Yep. Okay.
That was a habit. I've tried to stop doing it for a few times.
You tried to stop since I've known you.
Yep. And the only reason I want to stop chewing them is because I then you end up chewing the skin and.
Hey, Luke.
Hey, Lukey.
That's a nice surprise.
Yeah.
Yep.
And you just end up having cuts and whatever on
Butchered
your fingers
hands.
and stuff. Yeah.
I say it's just unhygienic.
So now, all fresh, no cuts on my fingers, feeling good. So that was the one.
Yep.
That was my bad habit.
I reckon every third shower you have, you're like, can you pass me the nail clippers?
Yeah, because they grow really quickly.
Yeah.
And I've also never had long fingernails, so it's they annoy me.
Please never get long fingernails. That's disgusting.
Yeah.
Okay. What are the most important things in a relationship?
Oh, Jesus.
I haven't written these. I went on Pinterest and typed in
what?
questions.
Best questions. The most important things in a relationship. Can you boys pipe down? If you're going to talk, come on the podcast and talk, right? Come here. All right. They don't want to come on.
Haters.
The best things in a relationship.
No, most important.
Most important. Ooh. This is a hard one.
Luke, you've been in a long-term relationship.
Yeah.
You can answer this question. What are the most important things in a relationship? Come on, you got to get right into the mic.
What are the most important things in a
The
relationship?
people want to hear it from you, Luke.
That you get along?
Yep. I agree. I agree with that.
I'm not the right person to ask about this.
I don't know. That's a really hard question.
I feel like it's not that hard.
I think the ultimate thing you look for in a relationship, are we talking emotion, not just a friend relationship?
However you perceive this question, my love.
Fuck's sake. Has to be organic, I believe.
Oh, okay.
You can't force them.
Obviously.
That's my answer. That's
Okay.
the most important thing. Organics.
Organics.
Or is it organicism?
I don't know. That sounds like something different.
I don't know.
I'd just say honesty or something. Quite simple.
Yeah, but I
what do
think...
you value?
But the most important thing isn't your actions. Honesty is like an action.
okay, that's fair.
I think it's that you genuinely, it is an organic relationship. It's
It's not forced.
There you go.
Okay, that's good.
I've gone deeper than you on a deeper level.
Always. One thing you're legitimately scared of.
Ooh. These are...
I actually scared you so good the other night.
Yeah, but that's like shock, you know.
Obviously, that's not something you're scared of, but we really like scaring each other, like hiding in a
I don't know if
dark
we really
room.
like scaring each other.
I get a lot of joy out of it.
If you boys go and get coffee, can you get me an oat chai, please?
Hal, focus.
Just a small. Yes, boss. Thank you. Oh, thanks. I didn't know about the red. I got these red and silver Adidas. Yeah. Because I bought 2 new pairs of shoes on ASOS the other day. And I don't often buy shoes.
The tobaccos and those.
Yes. And they were
Question,
all...
is the tobacco the colour or the style?
Like the range.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think it's the style
Because I was
of the shoe.
confused.
Some different colours.
Yeah.
They all look very similar, all the different Adidas things. But I was going to get just the one pair because like the black one's like $250 or something. Some shit. Then I could get the tobaccos and these red ones. They were both on sale, so they were both like...
What black ones you talking about?
Like the normal ones everyone wears. The leather ones, black, white stripes.
Sanders.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They were like a bit... Yeah, they're popular, aren't they?
Top shoe.
They're a bit more expensive. So I got the 2 for less than the price of 1. Just with the alternative colours though. Thanks, mate. Appreciate it. What was the question, Bella?
Oh my God. One thing you're legitimately scared of.
Ah, fuck.
Like you're not scared of dying. Why are you laughing?
Sounds so weird.
Why?
I don't know.
You've always said you're not scared of dying. So I'm just assuming you're telling the truth.
No, I'm not necessarily scared of it because I just am a realist. I know it's a reality. Everyone's going to die.
Yeah, realist.
I think the thing legitimately I would be scared of at the moment is dying because I'm then going to miss out on so much. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But other than that, I
Please
don't know.
don't die in Tasmania.
I'm trying not to.
Yeah. You did buy a helmet
I bought
for
the helmet.
head protection.
Well, maybe that's going to make me take more risks. 'cause I've got
I
the
always
helmet.
think about that.
Yeah.
I actually think you won't wear
Are
it.
you one of those people who thinks wearing a helmet is actually more dangerous than not wearing a helmet?
No.
Okay.
Because remember the other week when there were all those school kids on like bikes,
Yeah.
scooters and stuff, and I was like, oh, idiots. Because they were just going so fast on like a busy main road.
Not wearing helmets.
Yeah, and Hal was like, it's not cool to wear a helmet, Bella. And
You
I'm
become
like,
one of those older people who's like,
Yeah.
why don't they have protection on?
yeah, silly.
Mm-hmm.
So what did you say it was? What you're legitimately scared of? Come on.
I don't know.
Really?
I don't know. I don't have like weird little fears of like spiders or whatever that you have.
So that's pretty normal.
No, I don't think it's
not
that
a
normal.
weird one. I'd say most people are a bit scared of spiders or snakes or something.
I'm scared of missing out on our kids' life, your life, the rest of our lives.
Okay, I'll take that.
Yep.
Do you think everyone should get a second chance?
No.
Okay. Why?
Well, that's very vague.
It is. I
What
think it
you-
depends on the circumstances.
Yeah. I think, so I said no because I don't think every situation warrants a second chance. I think there's
agree.
certain things. So I'm going to just say it if we're getting into these things. If you're a pedophile, you don't get a second chance in my mind.
I do agree.
Most other things, I'd say yes.
Yeah. So this one I actually thought of because there's the woman, I think she's from Australia.
Oh, we're
That-
getting into news, are we?
Yeah, I'm so intrigued
News and
by
current
it.
affairs.
She was wrongly prosecuted and charged for killing her, was it 3 or 4 children?
That's not exactly true what you said.
Okay, start again. I retract my statement.
She's been in jail for 20 years. She was convicted of murdering her 3 children and manslaughter of the 4th child.
Yep.
And essentially she's just been like, yeah, convicted. That was her thing. I think she got 25 years.
Yeah, she's been in for 20 years.
Yep. And anyway, there was at the time, which was in 2003, some questions about she's always maintained her innocence. I can't remember her name. It's been all over the news. And anyway, she got found guilty. But there's been 2 inquiries recently and one that's surfaced new evidence that has said there's reasonable doubt.
They are those
based
exact
on
words.
based on the new evidence. So she's been pardoned. And then So she hasn't been acquitted or anything, but she's been pardoned, and then I think they're gonna work and see if she gets acquitted or if there's another trial or whatever.
Yeah.
But
they'll review all the evidence, but they're thinking that it's like a congenital disease
so they
that
were
the
saying
children
it was
were
like a
born with.
medical thing, because it wasn't they all died at once. It was like one died when it was 6 months old. They had another kid, then it died when it was 10 months old, then they had another kid. So it was all separate occasions.
Yeah.
And I guess the thinking was like, oh, she's had 4 kids, they've all died. She's obviously killing them or something. And
because what really are the chances?
yeah, so I'm unsure because I haven't fully looked into it, but I'm unsure whether the new evidence is saying she definitely didn't do it, or is it saying that there is the possibility it could have been a congenital thing.
Yes.
So you can't 100% say she did do it.
Yeah, you can't
So
rule it
then
out.
that's why it's like a jury couldn't have confirmed that she did do it.
Yeah.
Not
I'm
sure.
very interested in it. I've only heard the snippets of what they've been saying on the radio.
But I also think she served 20 years and her non-parole term was 20 years. So it's like it's like she was going to
She
get out.
served the
soon
time for
But yeah.
the crime that she may or may not have done.
I mean, if she didn't do it, she obviously deserves a second chance because she didn't do it.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
if she did do it, well, not sure where I sit on that one.
Yeah, it's a very interesting one because I feel
Yeah.
like it's very hard to prove if she's guilty or not.
Well, I don't know.
I'm going
I don't know
to-
the specifics of the case. And I'm going to
give her the benefit of the doubt.
we publicise this, Bella, so you can't say anything bad.
No, I'm not saying anything
We'll
bad.
get
I
sued.
just said I'm going to give her the benefit of the doubt.
Ah, you're with... Okay.
Yeah.
I'm unsure because I haven't even looked into the case, to be honest.
Okay, next question.
Yeah?
Do you believe in God?
I do not.
Okay, great.
Do you want any reason why?
I would love a reason why. I know that you don't, but the people might want to know.
I definitely think a lot of people's faiths is just how you're brought up, firstly. So if you're taught certain things when you're younger, like if you come up in an Islamic family, like you're probably going to believe that stuff. If you
Yes.
come up in a Christian family, you probably believe
When you're
that
young,
stuff.
you're very impressionable, and
Yep.
if your parents want you to believe something, that's how it happens.
And I didn't, so that's probably a big impact on me. I also think, so I'm not, a lot of people would say that I'm an atheist, but I'm not an atheist. I believe I'm agnostic,
Yes, I am too.
which is...
I always used to say that I was atheist until I
Yeah.
actually understood the differences.
Yep. So I believe agnostic means that you neither believe it nor don't believe it. So it's like if at the moment I don't believe in God because there's no evidence to prove that God is real.
Yeah.
But on the contrary, there's also no evidence to prove that he's not real.
Yeah. So
So
the
if-
Oxford Dictionary of English says about agnostic, a person who believes that nothing is known or can be known of the existence or nature of God.
Yeah. So, but if there was evidence that came out, I would believe it if it was true. So that's where I sit is like, I don't believe it to be true because there's nothing that can be shown to me to say it is real. But then on the contrary, I'm also like, well, you can't prove that it's not real.
Yeah.
How do you prove that something's not there?
Yeah.
No, I don't know if you can do that.
No.
So that's just where I'm at.
But from my beliefs,
But I'm also very conscious that I'll put my hand up and say I was wrong if I die and go to hell.
and you see,
And I rock up in hell and I go, fuck, I was wrong.
but you're going to be dead, so how are you going to tell anyone?
Well, the thing is, if you do believe in those things, you believe in an afterlife.
True, so you can come back and haunt me.
No,
and tell me.
no. Not about resurrection or whatever, or reincarnation. An afterlife is like you go to heaven or you go to hell.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what some of the other religions, their afterlives are. So if there is a God and there is an afterlife, then when you die, Bella, you will appear in one of those places and you'll know and you go, fuck, I was wrong.
Yeah, okay.
You know?
Yeah. And then, sorry, I just want to go through the definition of atheist,
Ugh.
just to confirm. A person who disbelieves or lacks belief in the existence of God or gods.
Yeah. So I think from my understanding, atheist is they say it's not real.
Yeah, they're very staunch.
I'm not saying it's
not there,
yeah.
and that's it.
I'm not saying it's not real. I'm just saying I don't believe it's there because
I've never been proven.
Can't show me that it's there.
Yeah.
You know.
Yep, cool. If you had one phone call before you died,
Ooh.
who would it be to?
Well, firstly, I hate making phone calls,
You do?
but I prefer them over texts. So,
See, I'm a bit like, it depends on what the conversation is about. I hate heaps of back and forth text messages.
so you don't like a text conversation?
If I can text you, be like, hey, want to meet for coffee at 10 at this place, and you say yes,
That's not a
perfect.
conversation though. That's more like
that's
a
a conversation
question.
enough.
No, that's not, because you're not going to, I guess you would call someone and ask them that.
Yeah.
But I only make phone calls to have like prolonged discussions.
Yes. If you're getting on the phone, it's at least a 40-minute plus conversation.
What was the question?
If you had one phone call before you die, who would it be
These
to?
are so morbid.
Really?
They're all about death or afterlife or,
Sorry.
yeah. Well, it depends the situations of the
Sorry,
death.
I'm going to say that's not your immediate family.
Ooh. Well, it'd be either Bobby or Ariel.
Okay. So your best friend or your best friend and business partner.
Yeah, but it depends on it would just depend on the circumstances of the upcoming death.
Yeah. Okay. That's all.
Yeah.
Do you have a secret that you've hidden from Bella or your parents that you have always felt guilty about?
No.
Really?
No, I don't.
Okay. I think one year I lied to you about who I voted for. And I feel really guilty
Don't say
about
it on
it.
here. I don't give a
No,
fuck.
I would never say who I voted for, but I think I told you I voted for someone and I didn't.
I know who it would be anyway.
Yeah. It was very, we were young. I think it was like the first time we ever
I used
voted.
to be more passionate about that stuff, and now I'm a bit disillusioned with it all, so I don't really care.
Yeah, but I've always felt guilty about that. So here's me coming clean.
Yep.
Yep. How do you de-stress?
De-stress.
Yeah, like if you come home from work and it was a really shit day and you're stressed and you're just like overwhelmed, nothing went to plan, what are you going to do to make yourself feel better?
Well, at one point, no. So you said I was never allowed to have a PlayStation, so that couldn't be it.
Also, you never were into it when you were younger.
No, but it does definitely take your mind off a lot of things.
Do you want one?
No. The only reason I ever played it was because my brother had one.
I'm really sorry if that makes me sound like a bitch.
You used to be real hard on it.
I am still very hard on it.
tattooed this guy
I hate
who was
PlayStations.
like really into gaming, had a full setup, like a full room and shit. And I was like, oh, fuck. Like, I've never been into gaming or anything, but I mean, I used to play like Tony Hawk Pro Skater or Dave Mirra Pro BMX.
Yeah, we've both played a little bit.
And so we just had a PlayStation when we were kids.
I had an Xbox.
I was never Xbox.
Yeah.
And then as soon as I mentioned it, you were like, fuck that, you're not getting one. You were so harsh. I felt actually really bad for the kid. And I was just like, I remember I said to you when I got home, I was like, why can't I get one if I want one?
I remember we had a fight that afternoon about it.
And it was like, you were just real off it. So, and also, I'm real torn about things like that because I think, one, they do fully take your mind off the rest of the world because you're sort of immersed in this game you're playing. But then it's also like, I always feel like they're so unproductive.
Okay, so I'm going to be
But
really
I guess that's
honest.
why they're a switch off, you know?
I think the issue is I never grew up really enjoying it.
Okay.
So I don't understand the attraction to it. And I remember so clearly when we were younger and I would come over to your house, there was like this one year where your brother spent the entire school holidays.
Yep.
It was like a 3-week school holiday period.
Yeah.
And I reckon I came over almost every day. And every time I was there, he would be slouched over in his little beanbag chair,
Yep.
which was like a pool ball number
Yeah.
that was on it.
With our initials on them. Mum
Yep.
got them made for us.
Yeah, they were really cool. I always liked them.
Yeah.
And he would always be in his bloody boxes with a bag of shapes or something with him, TV snacks, whatever it was, and he would not move all fucking day.
Yeah, I
And
used to
wait,
have...
I'm not done. But you would absolutely rinse him.
Yeah.
Every single time you'd walk past, you'd be like, "You're fucking lazy, can't get up, go out, go see your
Well,
friends."
yeah, he wasn't doing anything else, that's why.
Yeah.
But
And in my mind, I've always viewed that as like, wow, this PlayStation is making him so like just boring.
yeah, but... It's
Like he's spending 3 weeks. Like it's beautiful weather outside. It was the holidays. All of his friends were around. I'm like,
yeah, but are
that
you just becoming
depresses
one of
me.
those older people who's like, kids these days use too much technology and they
There's
shouldn't...
5 years age difference between
It should be
us
like,
and your brother.
once they're fucking 10 years old, they should be outside 24 hours a day. And
No, but when I was young, I preferred to be outside and doing things like being creative, or I'd prefer to be playing Monopoly or doing a painting than playing PlayStation. So I think my attraction
how's
to it,
playing a board game any different than playing a digital game?
it's not at all.
It's the same shit.
But I think that's my issue, is when I was a kid, I got joy from other things, so I never understood it.
Yeah, okay.
So I'm not against other people doing it. I just don't want it around me.
But
'cause
I
don't
also
care.
think this. It's like you can't. This is way off the topic of. I can't remember what the question was. But
How do you de-stress?
you can't. You can't go home. So last night we watched 3 hours of television.
Yeah.
3 episodes of The
Mind
Sopranos.
you, I was doing my
Doesn't matter.
drawings the whole
So
time.
we sat there and we watched 3 hours. We just sat there, did nothing. We just watched.
I was working.
3 episodes of The Sopranos. Yeah.
Yep.
How is that any different than playing 3 hours of PlayStation?
It's not, and that's fine if
Exactly.
that's how other people want to de-stress. But I don't want that in my house.
Got ya. Got ya.
And if our child wants to be a professional gamer, I will have to open my mind to that. And it's going to be really hard. So I'm hoping your brother has zero influence with the gaming.
I don't mind
and
the
our
gaming.
child.
It's just not something I'm in. I prefer to do more other stuff. But to de-stress, what I do, I put my phone away. So pretty much after COVID, I started just like putting my content online whenever it was, in the morning or whatever, and then try and not spend any time on my phone.
Yep.
And so when I get home, I usually just put my phone on charge, make sure all my messages are hit back, like my texts or whatever, and then I just leave it. Because you've always got your phone with you. So if like someone's group texting, like Bobby and his partner KJ and stuff, I see those messages because yours come up.
Yeah. So I'll generally have my phone on the coffee table if we're watching TV or something, in case there's ever an emergency.
No, you've got an addiction. You're always
but-
scrolling, blah, 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 blah.
But let me just say, I am on the phone way more because I do both of our messages.
No, you do, but you also spend a lot. I would love to have like a flip phone, other than the fact I've got to use Instagram.
See, I have an issue with not responding to a message as soon as it comes through, and I'm really forcing myself to get better at that. So people who are messaging to book in for appointments, I'm sorry, I am getting lazier, but that is for my own.
Are you going to get those new Apple head? Oh, I got those
no.
Apple goggles they announced
No.
yesterday. You will.
No, that
so
is-
you can be online the
that
whole
is too
time.
techie for
in
me.
the different universe.
Nah, not a chance.
Or whatever it's called. So that's how I de-stress. I put my
You
phone
get rid of
away
your phone.
and then I just do just focus on being in the present.
See, I reckon when you're really stressed, you put your phone away and you go outside and you throw the ball to the dogs.
Sometimes I throw the ball to the dogs because I always think this is we take them to the park in the morning every morning. Mm-hmm. Then they're at home all day waiting for us to get home. And then when we get home, we're tired. And a lot of people just go, I can't be bothered dealing with the dogs.
Yeah.
But they've been waiting all day for that.
They've been waiting for you to come back home
Yep,
all day.
Exactly.
And we can see our dogs in the camera. They are staring at the driveway.
Yeah. I don't ever look at the camera. You do.
I do 20
Yeah.
times a day. That's why I'm on my phone.
How many more questions you got?
There's only one more question.
Yep.
And it is a bit morbid. I'm sorry.
Ugh.
I didn't mean to. This is just
Yeah.
what Pinterest was giving me
Come
today.
on.
If you can only save one item in your house before it burns down, what is it?
Fuck no.
And like me and the dogs aren't in the house while it's burning.
I don't know. I'm just going to say something stupid. Well, not even stupid, just practical. My passport.
Really?
Yeah, it'd be annoying as fuck to reorganize all that shit. There's nothing to value in there, really. It's all covered by insurance.
Oh, I hope so. We might have to update our insurance policy now.
No, it's pretty updated.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So you've just gone for the Pinterest questions, but I always get the ones from people who message me.
That's because people send you the questions for the podcast because
you
you're
got a
the
few.
big dog. People like you
That's
more.
not true.
Mr. 100K followers.
These are two from people who message
Did you like how I threw in your 100K followers there?
I haven't mentioned it.
I know.
Yeah.
Because I know you're embarrassed about it, so I'm going
I'm
to
not
mention
embarrassed
it for you.
about it. It just is what it is.
You're embarrassed when
But
people
also, Bella,
mention it.
No, we always say this on here. It's like you can have little goals and you tick them off and you go, cool, you're happy with yourself or you're happy that your career got to a certain point or whatever. But if I just go, cool, 100K, I'm happy with that. It's like, well, that just means in my mind, then 200K is unachievable.
Yeah, I'm saying
So-
you've actually failed by not hitting 200K yet. So
That's
I'm
what-
not impressed
I'm
with
not saying it's a failure. I'm just saying I'm only halfway to getting to there. And
Yeah.
then you're halfway to getting to 400, then you're halfway to getting to
I
800.
at least want you at 250 in the next year, and if you're not, you've failed.
I don't set big goals like that and go specifically. I just go, it's possible. There's people out there with that many followers.
Mate,
so
anything's possible.
why couldn't it be us? This was from a customer of yours, Matt. Not sure if it's actually a customer of yours, but
I don't know.
Someone who messaged it to you, Matt. Question for the pod. If there was an Australian season of Ink Master... Oh, Jesus. Just choked. Even just saying...
You are not in good
even
form
just
today.
saying that, I've choked.
Yeah.
If there was an Australian season of Ink Master, would you go on it? And which Australian tattoo do you think would win?
There is not one single chance that I would ever go on that, mainly because I would get thrown a really simple challenge and I'd cook it.
Okay, fair enough.
But they never paint the tattooers in the best light. They always make them look like they're a bit shit.
Some of them do.
Yeah.
I wouldn't go on it, no. And the reason is because there's several reasons, actually.
Yeah, I've got multiple.
From my understanding, the way the show operates is you've got to stop doing your job full time.
Yes.
You've got to go live on set, essentially. They have like accommodation.
Yeah, they have like those crappy little bunk beds and you live in the house.
So
with
it's almost
everyone.
like a Big Brother situation. Like you've got to go live in the house.
Although I've always wanted to do Big Brother for the funsies.
Yeah, and you do the challenges. And at the end of the challenge, which it goes for months, like you've got to do this thing.
Yeah.
You win, I think you win $100,000.
Yeah.
And I've seen a few other tattooers say this on podcasts where they talk more specifically about tattoo stuff. But it's like if you just are busy and you work hard, it's like the financial reward of winning the show is no better than what you could just earn normally.
What you're saying is if you fully booked yourself for the period of the show being recorded,
you
you
could
could
tat
make
more than that.
more money
tattooing
so the
than
financial, taking that time off.
Yeah, so the financial side isn't a motivation. Like if it was like $500,000 or like $1 million, something that's unachievable in a few months period.
Then yes,
of
I would
tattooing,
consider it.
Then you would go, oh, okay, the financial side's there, but at the moment it's not.
Yeah.
So you cancel that out. So then I guess the only other. Well, there's two other reasons. One would be that you just genuinely want to win the show and prove to yourself or, show everyone else how good you are at tattooing.
Yes, but I also never agree completely with the winners of the challenges of any TV show. I'm like, oh, well, this
No,
person...
but you're saying the individual challenges. Like if you win the whole Ink Master, even though it's like and it is like, obviously it's a reality TV show, like it's dramatized and all that sort of stuff, but they do it well.
Yeah, very well.
It's very popular. So if you win that though, like 100%, you are an amazing tattooer.
Yes.
There's no like spuds that are getting through. It's like you're well versed. You're technically a very, very good tattooer.
Application is like best it can be. All of that.
Yeah, all that sort of stuff. So it's like, if that's your goal, then that would be great. But I'm not one of those tattooers, and I'm not saying like if I had those,
that's not my
if
goal.
I had those abilities, maybe, but. And I think partly because of like the era that I came up in tattooing. So you see a lot of the people on the show like a bit older than us, so older than 30. There'd be a few younger ones on there and stuff, but the seasons I've seen, like they're all quite a bit older.
Yeah, more established.
Like late 30s, 40s, 50s.
Yep.
And I think you come up in those older eras, you were forced to be way more well-versed in all styles because of just the lack of social media. So it was like you had to be able to do every style that came in the shop, all that sort of stuff.
Whereas now, people who have just gotten into tattooing in the past few years or whatever, they've more honed in on their one style.
Yeah.
And that's what they
It's
do.
a lot more specialised now. So...
like I would never be able to do a fine line challenge or portrait challenge.
You do
and
some
do
fine
it.
line tattoos, but not like
nothing
fine line.
Like single needle, whatever.
But realism,
That'd be terrible.
like there's so many other styles, new school, shit like that.
Neo-traditional Japanese.
You could do neo-trad, you could do Japanese, but...
To an extent, but it
to an
wouldn't-
extent, but
wouldn't
not...
be that good.
Well, it's not your main style, so I
Yeah.
guess... But that's why they have Ink Masters, to show that
Exactly.
you're an Ink Master, not like, oh, you just do cool traditional tattoos or
Yeah.
something. So I wouldn't be able to do that, so I know that. And
I
then...
reckon Bobby would be pretty good at it
He would...
because he's done a lot of different styles over the years.
Yeah. I think that's a generational thing as well.
Yeah, it is.
So that's like the main reason is like there's nothing to gain out of it for me. if you were an amazing tattooer but you had no customers and you couldn't find a way to market yourself well or whatever, and you thought like this would be a good way to expose myself to a customer base and stuff, then I can understand that. But
also you don't know how the show is going to paint you.
Yeah,
they could make you the villain of the season.
Exactly, you know, and that's the thing. It's like you
That's
don't
the
really
risk.
have. There's like a big upside potentially to your career, but I think there's also a massive
Downside.
risk to
Yeah.
the way you're perceived, you know, just based on how they edit it and stuff like that. And, you know, obviously going on a reality TV show, you probably don't have any control over that.
No. I would assume not. I've never been on one.
So the answer is no for me. Which tattooers do I think could do really well? I don't have the biggest knowledge on like current day tattooers who are like do lots of different styles.
Yeah, because most of the tattooers that I follow or that I've been interested in the past generally specialize in one.
Yeah, I would say, just off the top of my head, someone like Ben Rourke
Yeah.
from had a shop in Brisbane called Tradition Tattoo, recently closed down. He's
Yep.
moving up to Noosa. Someone like that, like,
But he's been around for a while.
yeah, very well, long time actually.
Yeah.
Very,
like I grew up looking
very
at his
well
stuff.
versed. So that's like someone like that is who I would think.
Yeah, I wouldn't recommend
Yeah.
anyone younger to do it because I don't think
It's
they
not
have.
on. It's not on age. I'm just
No,
saying
no, no,
that's the
but
guy.
I don't think that the younger tattooers, like similar to our age, have enough experience in other styles to be the ultimate ink master.
No, but it's not. Yeah, I'm just saying I would pick him as someone I could think could go on the show. So who? I'm not saying it's like, oh, you have to pick an old person or a young person. It's like, do you know any? Who would you want? Who do you think could go well on it?
I legitimately can't think of anyone.
Well, there would be lots of people who could go on it, but
Yes. But I'm thinking like, yeah, Ben Rourke would be great. He could potentially win it if there was an Australian one. But
well, I don't know. I haven't seen many portraits he's done or anything.
No,
he
but
probably
I
can
can't.
do 'em.
That's the thing. I can't think of anyone. So I'm like, well, it's either him or Bobby.
Well, it's hard to see these days because a lot of people, like, you just put up the one style, even if you can do a lot of different stuff. The majority of people just put up the one thing.
Yeah.
So it's hard to know who's like.
Whereas I've seen some shit that Bobby's done, and I've seen some like old portraits that he's done, and I'm like, hey, I know who that is.
It's
That's
hard to
good enough
know
for
who
me.
can secretly do like a crazy good portrait or something.
Yep.
So the answer is no, I won't be going on Ink Master.
Maybe I recommend you to go on it instead. Force you to do it.
I think it would be funny if they asked, and not that they would, and not that I think I deserve to be or anything, but I think it would be funny if they asked me to be a judge because I'm really only knowledgeable on like one style, and almost in a way similar to Oliver Peck, who was one of the judges on the American Ink Master. He's not anymore, but he was for like most of the
Years.
seasons, and it was always like, if you just look at his tats, he's just a straight traditional tattoo.
Yeah.
He owns a really good shop, Elm Street, I think it's in Dallas,
Yeah, I think so.
in America. But I was always wondering, like, when he's looking at like a new school challenge or something
Yeah,
like
what's
that.
he looking for?
he's like, you can always tell if it's a good tattoo or not a good tattoo, but
But the
I sometimes
technical
think they
aspects.
sometimes like look at that and go, fuck, I hate that tattoo.
Oh,
Even
God,
though it's
yeah.
a good tattoo, you know, because
Yeah,
they
it's
just
done
don't
well,
like
but
the
you're like,
style.
oh my God, I would never get that on me.
Yeah. This one's relevant to us, Bella. Thoughts on matching tattoos or each other's names? I personally don't rate it. It's like a curse.
I don't really have any issue with it, but I don't have an issue.
We've got matching tattoos.
Yeah, we do. We both have the same love heart on the inside of
Yeah.
our wrist. Hal has my initials on his shin, which he got in, I think you were in Argentina.
You think it's your initials, Bella.
It is.
It could be lots of other things. It's not your initials anymore.
Well, it's BD because my last name before changing it when we got married started with a D. And so what's it for? Big Dick.
No.
Okay, cool. Well, then it's my initials.
Okay. You can tell everyone that if you want.
Well, you came home from that trip telling me it was my initials, so
Yeah.
I don't have your initials. We have our wedding date both tattooed on us.
Yep. Also the postcode of East Geelong, I believe.
I think it's Geelong West.
Geelong West. Something like that.
Yeah, anyway. I have no issue with
Represent.
it because I don't really get too tied up in like, oh my God, such a meaningful tattoo. Oh no, I'm going to regret it. I'm sort of like, if you like it, get it, whatever.
I think it's the question was more not is it like a cool thing or do you like it or not like it? It's like, is it cursing for the relationship? And the reason I think people think it is a curse is because they're getting the tattoo
To prove something else.
to maintain the relationship or to like, You know, so that's where I go back to like, if it's all natural and organic, then it's like you can do anything in your relationship and it will still be good.
Going back to one of my questions.
Yeah.
Yeah, tying it in.
It's like when you write an essay and you do an introduction, then like a first paragraph, but then your conclusion at the end.
Yeah. Is
you
therefore
you go back and reference all the things you've talked about before.
We weren't very good at school, so don't ask us.
I've never written a good essay.
I've like failed, so.
So that's what I've always thought. I'm like, if your relationship's strong and built on a good core, then there'll be no issue.
But I also think if you are one of the people who is potentially going to regret having a tattoo if you do break up, because you always have to think, even if you're in the best relationship in the world and you do potentially break up in 20 years' time, are you going to regret this tattoo and want to get it removed? Because if that's a yes, then just don't get it.
I guess that's something that I haven't thought about. It's a good point. Because if you've got heaps and heaps of tattoos, then it sort of just becomes no drama. You can get it covered up with whatever. You're not even going to notice it. But if it's like your one tattoo, then you're always going to be thinking about and looking at it. And if you end up not liking it because you're not together with that person, then that's the thing. But if you've got heaps of tattoos, it's like, who cares? Whatever.
Yeah. Like I've got customers that they don't necessarily care about a tattoo that they've got of their ex's name or initials, but their new partner is revolted by it. Like they are so upset by it that they've asked the partner to go and get it covered. And I'm like, okay. But are they going to either pay for it or are they like, do you really want to get it done? Because what does the person who has the tattoo want?
We shouldn't be talking people away from getting tattoos.
No,
I'm say 100% get them, whatever tattoo you want, come in.
Get the tats of the partner. Fuck it. Show that commitment, mate.
But if you're thinking about like, oh, what if we break up and stuff, that says to me your relationship's not in the right space to be getting that tattoo.
Yeah. But
because you should be that's like, I always think that's like when people get married or whatever and they go, oh, but what if we break up? It's like, well, why are you getting married then if you're thinking that?
When we got these love hearts, did we break up after that?
No.
Really?
No.
I feel like we got those love hearts
I don't know.
ages ago.
Probably. We did a long time ago. Hey, Bella, thoughts on aftercare methods?
Oh, God.
Glad wrap versus second skin. I've got an answer in this.
Okay, first of all, I don't think anyone should be re-wrapping a tattoo with Glad wrap after you've left the shop and had a shower. Please do not do that.
Why? Have you got a medical reason for that or
it's
anything?
Yuck.
But how?
It's just dirty. How do I know that you're using like the cleanest towel and for all I know you could be using a bar of soap at home that's been sitting there that your grandma used on her pooper.
Okay.
Like, I feel like people just are trying to be like hygienic, but they're
No,
just not.
I understand why some people wrap it. I've got a different thought on. We're going to confuse a lot of people with this. This is one of Bella's like staunch like don't do that sort of thing.
No, I actually like second skin, but I think if it's your first tattoo or you have sensitive skin, just don't do it.
Why?
The amount of people that have come back saying like, oh, I got a rash from it. And I'm like, okay, well, don't use it again.
So my thoughts are this, okay?
Hit me. I'm waiting.
So modern day tattooing with, all the application and hygiene and stuff like that, if you get a tattoo that's applied correctly, in 99% of the positions on your body, so there's a few that have an exception, but if it's applied correctly and all you do is keep it clean, it will heal fine.
Yeah, so what do you mean by keep it clean?
So keep it clean is just wash it, say twice a day, and then any additional times if you get it dirty, you get it sweaty, whatever, pretty much that. So
I
if
1,000% agree.
If you just treat it like a graze or a cut or something like that, how you would normally, you go, oh, cool, I've got this cut on my leg. Oh, cool, I got it dirty at work today because I'm working outside in the dirt. I'll give it a good wash with soap after work.
Yes.
I went to the gym today. Oh, cool, I'm not going to just not have a shower after the gym, so I'm going to have a shower,
That'd
wash
be
it with
gross
soap.
anyway.
Yeah, exactly. So if you do that, it will heal fine.
Yeah. I say with a fresh tattoo, have 2 showers a day, a morning shower and a night shower. Done.
Yeah. And then that's exactly what I said, plus any additional times it gets dirty. Or, yeah. So
I'm reiterating.
If you do that, then you're all good. All the creams and stuff like that, contrary to what a lot of people believe, they don't actually make the tattoo heal better.
No.
Like it's going to heal the same. They just make the process potentially less annoying for you. because you have less dry skin. So a lot of the creams, like, Bepanthen and all the stuff you hear about that people recommend, they're essentially just moisturizers.
Yep.
So I always recommend, I say, like, you can use a paw cream, you can use a branded tattoo after cream, you can use normal moisturizer. The only things to steer clear of are like antiseptic shit.
Yeah, or like a scented moisturizer, like a mango coconut one.
Tanning ones and stuff like that. So anything just going to moisten up your skin, absorb into your skin, that just makes your skin less dry and less annoying.
Yeah, it's as if you have dry, cracked skin, like
Exactly.
And it feels nicer to have moisturizer on there.
So that's the process I recommend. Keep it clean, shower twice a day at a minimum. Any additional times, give it a soapy wash for at least 2 weeks. Then whatever cream you want to use that is going to absorb into your skin, so not like a Vaseline because that doesn't absorb into the skin. That's just like a surface cream. Use that and that'll just make the process easy. You don't have to think about it any more than that. Then you can use, there's like alternatives, which are like the second skins, which is like essentially like a plastic skin you stick onto your skin. It fills up with the blood and plasma from the tattoo and heals itself within that liquid, which stays in like a sack essentially on your skin. So that all works fine unless obviously
you get a knee web or something where you can't put it on.
There's a lot of areas on your body you can't put second skin because there's too much movement in the skin and you need it to be essentially airtight to hold in the liquid. There's this other stuff, I can't remember what it's called. It's similar to second skin, but it's like a fabric tape, which you can put on. But it's the same. It's all the same stuff. So it's like...
It's called Fixomol.
Yes. So you put it on, you still can clean it over because it's like tape, so you can wash the blood off it and stuff like that. You leave it on for like 5 days to a week, you take it off and it'll be sort of healed underneath. So,
I wouldn't recommend leaving second skin or Fixomol on for more than a week.
Yeah. But sometimes I would recommend that for positions on your body that you would have more. So firstly, the second skin itself, I don't ever recommend. I think it's annoying. It's too difficult for people to have to fuck around with the sack of fluid. It's like, what if that sack starts to leak, when you're fucking at work and it goes all in your pants and shit
Then
like
that's
that. It's like
dirty.
It's just annoying and a fucking dick around.
I agree.
The only one I would recommend to people is the tape.
The Fixomol.
Because what it does is it removes any sort of surface pain you have from rubbing or anything like that. So it almost means like if you get a tattoo on your thigh, for example, you put that tape on it, when it's rubbing on your pants or whatever,
it's not as tender.
You can barely feel it because it's like got a protective layer.
It's a barrier.
Yep. So, but again, you still couldn't put that on a knee web because there's too much movement and stuff like that. You couldn't put that on in your armpit if you got tattooed, all that sort of shit. So they're the two options that I think. There are alternative ones and stuff like that. But yeah, I think at the core of it, people just need to know, it's like if your tattoo's done properly
and you keep it clean,
it will heal fine. So that's the main thing. And then the Fixomol, which is the tape, that's probably the thing I've used that I thought was like the most beneficial, other than if you want to have something else other than just leaving it, you know. So yeah, that's what I'd recommend. But that actually brings us to the hour and 2 minutes, Bella.
Oh, you went over.
I know. Well, I was looking at it before. It was on 56 minutes, but then I sort of lost track a little bit with that question.
Yeah, okay.
Anyway, have you got anything you want to finish off with?
Nah. Am I meant to?
The boys are back with the coffees.
That was a long coffee break.
I know. I think they take time because they don't want to be standing in here. And
they don't like when you say, "Oi, shut up."
Yeah.
Yeah. No, is there something that I should be mentioning?
No, I'm not prompting you. I'm just saying, do you want to finish it off in a certain way? Nah, you're all good?
I'm all G.
All right. Rate, like, subscribe, send to a friend if you care for it. Keep hitting us back with the questions. Keep hitting us back with the responses and the reviews. Always very helpful. Interesting to hear what people think. And have a great week. Be positive. And stay motivated.
Be positive.
Thank you for the coffee, Charles.
Coffee, boss.
Thanks, mate.
Have a lovely day.
Episode is brought to you by Carlisle Tattoo Co. 178 Carlisle Street, St Kilda, Melbourne, Australia.